Okay, we're going to seam up this baby sweater we've been working on with the longer ribbing. I wish I had gone it even longer, but oh well. Now you're going to need a crochet hook, just for the collar. You're going to need a needle, a pair of scissors. You might need something to use to hold the materials together. Now these are just plastic toothpicks I found, I think, at my local department store. The only problem with it is it's got a sharp edge here, and one of these days I'm going to sand them down. But other than that, they work fantastic. Crochet hook won't need till later, so set that aside. I'm going to find my long ends, which I have several. Now this end, those ends I don't need. I'll just tuck those all in afterwards. That's not a long one. Okay, so I'm going to use, let's see, that one going up, and I'll probably have to change. In the mist, because I don't have any. And then the other side, I've got this long one. So this is the one I'll use to seam this side. And I'll go and tuck in all these extra ends later. Okay, so line up your work. Line cuff to cuff. And you could use, I kind of make it go in a circle to go through so I don't split the yarn. So that's why you can see why I want to dull it up a little bit. I'd rather have a round point than a sharp point like that. Okay, so thread your needle, and we're going to do the mattress stitch. Now I'm only going to film this side because it's the same side, same way as the other side. Now if you find you've pinned it too close, just move it out of the way. So you want to recreate, whoops, there we go. You want to recreate this over here. So kind of go into the knot here, then out there. Okay, and that gets going. Now you don't want it too tight. You want to keep the tension about the same. Okay, and I'm just picking up one from the side. Snug it up, and if you're gets in the way, just remove it. You're doing it, you're going to be picking up every stitch, so you're going to be lining it up. So it shouldn't really be a problem. And I'm just picking up where the two stitches are joined. This isn't, when I say stitches, I'm referring to the rows above, one row above and below it. And I'm going in where it came out and back out. And in where it came out and back out. And just do that all the way down. Every now and then check, make sure you're seamed up. Make sure that you are even. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to finish up this side, and then I'll finish up the other half after I'm off camera, because while I'm on camera I will do up the neck, show you how I'm going to do the neck. Now the neck is just your favorite edging. I'm just going to do a little scallop because this is for a little girl. Just seam it. Not real talkative. Forget to talk sometimes. But this is Red Heart Yellow. I use key plate 2.5, I think. I'll double check that one in a little bit. I apologize if I have any background noise. Outside people are being a little noisy. It's a beautiful 53 degrees out, give or take a few. I keep it centered, but my arms keep drifting for some reason. Okay. I got a bubble there. I'm going to go fix that afterwards. I'm just going to tuck it in. Looks like I split the yarn there. So I'm just going to take this tool, which is it's called a knit picker. I'm just going to reach in, grab it, and pull it through. Okay, now I got my edgings, my seam, my sleeve seam matching, so I'm doing good. Now when I tuck in the edges, I'll do that off camera. While we're doing this, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to do the neck. What I'll probably do is a scallop type shell thingy, which what I'll do is I will attach the wire. Oh, I'm going to fix that too. I'll use that. I'll catch up that hole with those stitches there. Anyway, what I will do is I'll attach the yarn, probably at a shoulder, and then I will chain one, and then I will do a double crochet, and I will skip one, two, yeah, I'll skip two chains or stitches, whichever, and then I will do 5 double crochets in the same hole. Then I will do a single crochet into the Let's see, the second stitch. And then I will do 5 double crochet after I will skip a stitch, or possibly 2 stitches. I'll decide by the time I get to the doing of it. I'm trying to stay in the row following the edge row. And I check it every now and then to make sure I'm still good to go, which I am. And I am working on the right side, the outside, right side, whichever way you want to call it. That's how I do a mattress stitch. Now if you have another way of attaching the sides that you prefer, it's your sweater, do it your way. I look at patterns more as a guideline. My mind is already working on the next project. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet. I'm thinking of doing some of the stuff that comes with the book, because you have those patterns. Which I may just do a simple scarf. Now, I haven't been filming much because it's kind of hard to get some quiet time. And I've been using the last couple weeks as my UFO week, trying to get caught up on all the UFOs I've got started. Every time I put one down, I find 2 more to go. And I'm slowly whittling down, and since today's the last day in October, I'm using October as my finish it up month. And this being one of my UFOs, or WIPs, for work in progress, I decided I'd stop procrastinating and just do it. And if I have background noises, I have background noises. I'm working on my studio, and then it'll be a lot quieter. It's a 12 by 20 space. I've got cabinets and countertops in there now. Right, it's also as a storage area right now, so we're slowly cleaning that up. Don't have to build the building. I do want to find some windows for it. They don't have to necessarily be windows to open, because I'm going to put an AC unit in there. Don't figure I need a heating unit, because I like it on the chilly side, because then I get to wear my sweaters. Now if you have a latch hook, like from a rug or from your machine, that's what I usually use when I go to hide my stitches if I can't locate my needle, which is frequent. Finally got them all put into one spot. One of these chubbies, and I love it. It's great. It came with 4, and this is the last one I can find. So that's on my to-do list. I like the curve end, and I like the non-sharp end because I have a tendency to poke myself when I'm doing this. Double check, make sure I'm good, and I am. And I am almost completed the side. Then I'll get to play with my neckband. Now I do not remember how many stitches are in the neckband, which is one of the reasons it's not really wise to leave a UFO. Because you have a tendency of forgetting what you've done. So what I'm going to start doing with my studio is I'm going to have a dear friend gave me some plastic boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put what I need for the yarn in there. And if I have extra scissors, I'll put them in. And the pattern, that way everything I need is right there together. And then hopefully I won't, because I want to make a sweater for my brother-in-law. He wanted it red. I found out that I don't have enough. I have maroon, and I have red, and I have another red, shade of red. So I need to figure out a pattern to make that work. And he wants a cardigan, V-neck. I might just make an abstract color, do some intarsia. I think you'd like that. Figure out which yarn I have the most of, and that'll be my back, plain, easy. And I'll just do my front. There's an artist I like. I can never pronounce his name, but I do know it begins with an M, and I can always find it. Mandarin, something like that. It's a painting that is blocks of color in different shapes. I had done a sweater, which I videoed some of it, that I called Splash. I may do something the same, only with only monochromatic. Monochromatic is one color, which is like shades of red in my case. Okay, and we are almost done. I will tuck in my ends, but again, I'll do that off camera. One moment, hold on a minute. Okay. Now, where was I? Alright, we're gonna get rid of that fuzzy end. Just snip it off. Because I'm almost to the end. We find the center again. Then I'm just seaming this up. Now I went offline for a little bit, and I worked on the other side. So we'll be working on the collar here in a moment or two. Okay, oops, I don't want to lose the thread. Cannot do anything with my glasses on. Right. Okay. Sorry, I keep slipping out of the camera view. And just tuck in your ends here. It's not all that neat there, but the rest of it's good. I'm pulling it Okay. Because I pulled it a little bit too snug there for a bit. And just weave in your ends. Go in about an inch or so. And you'll do this for each one of those ends I got created. One of the reasons I have the ends is I put the cuff and the waistband on after the fact. Next time it's going to go on first. Okay, and there is my side. Oh, wrong direction. And there is my little sweater. There's the front. Now, I'm going to need my yarn. And I'm going to need my crochet hook. A friend gave me some bamboo crochet hooks. Now, that's why I was sliding. Now, with the work facing, I'm going to start, and I'm going to start, see, I've got the waist yarn here, and I'm going to start at this shoulder so I can get rid of the waistband quicker, sooner. I am going to do, actually I'm going to do a single crochet all the way around. Okay, just attach it, chain one, and now just single crochet around, tucking in any corner, any edgings that I can. Now I want to fold my waist yarn so I can reach. So I can just reach in there we go. So I can just reach in and grab the working yarn. Okay, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And again. Now, had I left it like that, I would have had no stitch on there. Got to make sure you go into the stitch. Now you could leave it like that if that's the edge you like, but like I said, I want to put a scallop type thing on there. And if you want a longer or wider collar, do what you feel like. Okay, and I'm just single crochet. I am not counting these, which I probably should, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now when I get here, I want to make sure I grab the correct one. And I want this one. And now I can take this off. This being my waist yarn. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna that one I'm just gonna carry on through. Now see where it's kind of pulling here? I'm gonna make sure I fix that. Okay, and I want to take this. Sorry about that one. And just pick up each stitch and work my way around. If you wanted to, which I wish I had, done those with waste yarn. Take them off that way rather than casting them off. Okay. I'm almost to the end. And hold
Not
it.
yet.
Okay. Okay, let's try again. Like I said, background noises. And just seam it on up. Seam it, right. Just catch. Now, when you're going up, like you did over there, you kind of have to skip a couple. Just do two, then skip one. Because the stitches are not quite even. So I do two, and skip one. And then join it to the top of the crochet chain. Now, here I want to do a double crochet, which I'll skip this and put it in here. And I'll do 5 of them in that hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I will slip stitch there, and then do 5, skip a chain, skip a stitch, and then do 5 in there. And then I'll work that all the way around, and I'll be back when I get to the end. Okay, almost to the end. So I slip stitch, skip a stitch, slip stitch, and 5 double crochets. And 5. Now this worked out nicely for me because I skip a stitch and slip stitch in here. Sorry. And then pull that through. Leave an end long enough so I can tuck it in. Now I've got to pull all these ends to the back so I can tuck them in. And there's my little sweater with my scalloped edges. Okay. Well, we'll see you with the next project. Hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry it took so long to film. I do appreciate you as my audience. And if you're new, just hit the subscribe button.